Welcome to Course 2, Lesson 72. In this lesson, we're going to talk about implied ratios, which really is very common to what you've already seen as far as proportions and things like that. It's just the way we're going to lay them out and to set them up. So let's get going. First of all, there is no new vocabulary, so let's get started. So here's an example of a new type of problem that you're going to face. If 12 math books weigh 40 pounds, how much would 30 math books weigh? And what you're going to have to do now is you're going to have to create your own proportion. And the way you're going to do that is that you're going to, they call it case 1, case 2, or scenario 1 versus scenario 2, or case 1 versus case 2. And then you're going to set up your books and pounds, information you know, so you know that you've got 12 books, they weigh 40 pounds. Then they want to know how much would 30 books weigh, and the unknowns right here, which is pounds, and you're going to set a proportion and you're going to solve it just like you normally would. So you're going to set it up just like that. 12 books weigh 40 pounds. How much do 30 books weigh? Then you're going to cross multiply, get 1200. Then you're going to divide by this 12 here because you've got to isolate your P. So you divide both sides by 12 so that you eliminate the 12 on the left hand side, and then you divide so you know that your answer is 30 books weigh 100 pounds. It's just, we've done it several times already this year. It's just another way, another look at it, another type of story problem where you have to set up a proportion. So if you got 5 pencils that cost $1.20, how much would 12 pencils cost? So you're going to set it up the same way. You're going to set a proportion. Now you're going to set up your box. You've got case number 1 and you got case number 2. And you've got pencils and you have the cost. All right, so what does it tell you? It says you have 5 pencils. So in case number 1, we have 5 pencils. How many pencils do we have in case number 2? We have 12. All right, do we know how much the 5 pencils cost? We do, $1.20. So what I'm going to do, because I know I'm going to be cross multiplying and dividing, I'm going to go ahead and make that 1.2. So I know that $1.20 in decimal form is 1.2. I've dropped the 0 off of that. And then what I don't know is right here, my cost. Now, again, all we're going to do is we're going to cross multiply. We're going to times our 1.2 times 12 right there. And then we've got to divide by 5. Because we got to isolate. In their case, they're going dollars. I use C for cost. And we're going to divide it. And when we do that, we multiply these two together and divide by 5, we get $2.88. And we can step back and we can see that that would make sense, because if 5 pencils cost $1.20, if we doubled that to 10, that would be $2.40. So would $2.88 be more than $2.40? Yes. And that makes sense because 12 pencils are more than 10. So we can kind of readily, we can look at that, we can see that our answer makes sense. Okay, see if you can set this one up on your own. Pause it, work it, and then restart it, and let's see how you did. All right, so Mrs. Campbell can tie 25 bows in 3 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my ratio box. And I'm going to set up scenario 1, scenario 2, or case 1, case 2. And then I have bows and I have minutes. Now, my first case is that Mrs. Campbell has 25 bows in 3 minutes. And then it says, at that rate, how many bows could she tie in 1 hour? So it's telling us this bottom box here is 1 hour, but because I'm dealing with minutes, I'm going to convert that hour to 60 minutes, so that I'm using the same measures. I'm not hours and minutes I can't do. So in order to do my proportion, I need to have it be the same. So I got 3 minutes and 60 minutes. And what I don't know is up here the number of bows that she can tie in an hour. Now we just do the cross multiplication. Now you're going to do 60 times 25. All right, 5 times 0 is 0. 6 times 5 is 30. Take it down. 0 is 12. So I get 1500. I get 1500. Divide that by 3. So 1500 divided by, because here's my 3, I got to divide it by 3. It's going to be 5. So how many bows can she tie in 1 hour? You should have gotten 500. Hopefully you're able to do this. Hopefully you're able to set this up. Hopefully you're doing these and you're not just listening to the video, that you're actually practicing them. All right, try one more. Pause the video, see if you can come up with your answer. Okay, so let's do it together now. So let's go ahead and set up our box. We can go ahead and do that. We know we're going to need that. We got scenario 1, scenario 2. And in this case here, they're not giving us anything. We're not saying what it is, but it says that 6 is to 15. So 6 is equal, or is to 15, what 9 is to what number. That's your setup. That's the way you're going to do it. And then when you solve it, you times 9 times 15. You're going to divide it by the 6. So the reason why you're going to do it, you can divide both sides by 6 so we can eliminate that, because we can isolate the unknown right here, which is our n, and what we get is 22.5. Hopefully you're understanding this and you get it. Write down any questions you have. We'll go over them in class. Thank you for watching the video. We'll work on all of the homework together in class tomorrow. Thank you again. We'll see you tomorrow.